Hello, it's Sarah. Today I have a really good, fun Christmas recipe for you called white chocolate peanut butter truffles. Now, these are a classic Christmas truffle that are so simple to make. There's 5 ingredients, and so like just about anybody can make these. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I meant to get going a little bit earlier today, but I took my dogs for a walk, and one of my dogs got sprayed by a skunk. So I spent the last 3 hours getting the skunk smell out of my black lab. So welcome to Minnesota, land of creatures that stink. Anyway, okay, so we're back to making our white chocolate peanut butter truffles. So you need 1 cup of chunky peanut butter. You can use regular if you do not have chunky, because some people just don't use chunky, so you might not want to buy an entire bottle for this particular recipe. So it's 1 cup of chunky peanut butter or regular peanut butter. I'm using chunky. Okay, you need 1 cup of powdered sugar. Yeah, the whole skunk thing. Was not expecting that. It was about 20 feet from me. Usually I can kind of know something's up, but this one, it came out of absolutely nowhere. And our dogs are trained to not engage with them, but we were on top of the skunk before I even knew what was going on. Okay, 1 cup of powdered sugar, 2 tablespoons of butter softened. So I had softened this in the microwave. Okay, we're gonna mix this up like this, just slightly. Okay, then we're gonna add 1.5 cups of Rice Krispies. So I'm just using Aldi brand Rice Krispies. You can use whatever if you want to use the regular Rice Krispies. I just really don't notice much difference. So especially in a recipe like this. So 1.5 cups. So it's 1. The box is slipping. Okay. Okay, close that up. All right. And we'll mix this together. Now I just had, so I have a recipe that I posted 2 days ago called Nilla Rolo Bites. And I've had quite a few comments on there, and I just wanted to explain my editing style. I don't have one. I don't edit. I hardly ever edit. I will edit out if I have like a whole bunch of like dead space in a video. I'll edit that out. But I am not a professional editor, videographer, or anything like that. So some people don't like that editing style. So I'm just being very clear that if you watch my videos, my style is to demonstrate and talk. And so if you don't like that, you can fast forward or speed me up. I know you can do like the double time or something like that, but then, okay, so we've got that kind of mixed up there. All right, so now we're gonna grab a tray that has parchment paper on it, like this. Okay, this is for the next step, the sprinkles. All right, and now we're gonna use our hands. I'm just gonna wash my hands quick. Okay, we are going to make the balls. So you want these bite-sized, and they will come together because of the heat of your hands. So definitely bite-sized, like that. Oops, I'm gonna pull that forward so you can see it. Bite-sized. And they'll kind of all come together. And then these are nice and light and airy because of the Rice Krispies. The other peanut butter balls that I made that are in a different recipe, those are dipped in chocolate. These are going to be dipped in white chocolate. So there's a slight difference. My other one did not have Rice Krispies in it. So it's just a little bit of a difference. These are fantastic though. So the trick is you need to freeze them for an entire hour, and then we'll go back and make the topping, which is basically white melting chocolate and sprinkles to make them festive, like that. Okay, so I am going to finish this up, and then I'm going to pause the video because they have to go in the freezer for an hour. And then I'm going to start on my next recipe. So the next recipe is a churro toffee crunch. And I think you're really going to love those too. But 2 recipes today after our skunk encounter. I don't smell like skunk. The dog smells like skunk. So in order to get the skunk spray out, I had skunk off, you know, because we do live in northern Minnesota. So we have all kinds of critters and stuff like that. And so I do have a product called Skunk Off. That did not work. Like, she still smelled like skunk, even with doing the Skunk Off. So I'm just going to keep going here. So I'm just about done. And so then I used the next concoction I used, if you're interested in how things work up here, was hydrogen peroxide. It's a concoction of hydrogen peroxide, baking powder, no, not powder, soda, and Dawn dish soap. And it has to be Dawn dish soap. Like, Dawn dish soap works like the best out of all of those. And so I mixed that concoction together, and then you like put it all over their whole body, and you let it sit for 15 minutes. So we did that, and then I went out and rinsed her, and then I put the concoction on again, let it sit 15 minutes. And this is like thick, so she turned, like, my black lab was white because the paste was so thick. And then I did that a second time, and then I took her normal oatmeal shampoo, and then we washed her with that. And it actually took 2 people because one of us had to hold her collar so the other one could scrub. But anyway, after the skunk off and then 2 of the treatments of the skunk remover, we finally got the smell out. Our garage still stinks because, you know, it's like 20 degrees here, and it's actually, sorry, it's way less than 20 degrees. It was 20 degrees for a high today. I think it was probably like 4 degrees outside right now. And man, it's cold. But anyway, okay, so my whole skunk story. So now I'm going to pause my video, and I'm going to put these in the oven for 1 hour. Or not the oven, the freezer for 1 hour. And then I'll be back to show you how to coat them. Okay, I am back, and the peanut butter balls have been in the freezer for 1 hour. So they are nice and hard, like this. Nice and bite size. Okay, doesn't matter how many of you have on the tray because they aren't being baked. Okay, so now you need the melting wafers, white. So you can use, this is the Aldi brand, or you can use the Ghirardelli. These taste just as good to me. However, I did use the Ghirardelli ones on one of my other recipes this week, and it was pretty good chocolate. So anyway, so I'm gonna melt these in the microwave per the directions, and then get your sprinkles ready because you're gonna need those too. Okay, while we're waiting for that, I do have to show you that I made churro toffee, and this is what it looks like before I break it into pieces. And I took a little bite off the end, and it's amazing. Like, that recipe is going to get posted tomorrow along with this one. So 2 recipes Monday. I'm having so much fun with my baking series. Like, when Christmas is over, I am going to be sad. I'm going to have to go to dinners. But then as soon as Christmas is over, I get busy with Valentine's Day. And then it's Easter. And so it's always like holiday type things. But I do a lot of like hearty dinners too. So you'll probably be seeing a lot of that in December and January. So those are kind of fun too. A lot of casseroles because we do not do any grilling where we live until probably about April again. Maybe May. Just kind of depends, but yeah. We're getting there. 30 more seconds. I feel like the white chips take longer to melt in the microwave than the chocolate. And I don't know why that is. If anybody knows, you should comment, because I'm kind of curious why that is. But these are the cutest peanut butter balls. I got a couple of them a little big, but I'll send those with my husband's lunch. These you can make ahead and freeze too. So for people that are baking right now for like large celebrations, I have 2 college kids, one that has an apartment and one that's living on campus. And the one that's living on campus is going to be back next week. So I'm like going to be back to regular scheduled meals. You kind of get used to doing for 2. Okay, so I got my white chocolate melted. So now if we're going to sprinkle them, we're only going to do 2 or 3 at a time. All right, so take the peanut butter ball, dump them in. These harden pretty quick. Oh, shouldn't probably leave that in there. Hold on. These harden pretty quick, so you got to work kind of fast. So just lift them up, a couple taps on the side of the bowl, and they can go right back on the tray. Like that. Okay, we'll just keep going. All right, now for sprinkles, I have a variety here of the Wilton ones that I just picked these up from Walmart. So I'm going to put some festive sprinkles on these too, though, just because it's Christmas time. So if you want to make these in Valentines, I've got like even Valentine sprinkles, but I'm not going to go Valentine-y. I'm going Christmas. So we're going to put just a few, just to make them festive. And I'm going to do a variety. You want to kind of put the sprinkles on pretty quickly, though, because that white chocolate hardens really quick. So I've made a lot of like ball recipes this year. I did these, and I did the Oreo balls, and I did a cheesecake ball, which that one I'm going to post, I think, this week too. My cheesecake balls are ridiculously easy. There's a huge hack for those. And then I did the peppermint balls, the snowballs this week. Those were good. You have to really like peppermint to enjoy those, because they have the broken up candy canes in them. Okay, we're going to add a few more sprinkles. Those are kind of big. We're going to do this nice fine green sanding. This is a nice light one. Okay, so anyway, I am going to keep continuing on doing this, but I can end the video. So this is the white chocolate peanut butter truffles. They are really, really good, really easy to make. And I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and keep checking back for more. All right, well, that's all I got, so I won't keep you on here. But I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Thanks for watching.